Jacob Wetterling's attacker was Heinrich. I think he had more than just the one attacker to be able to get the job done. So I believe there are people walking free that have to deal with this. Still, I was almost kidnapped 3 times as a kid. I shared the same birthday as him. 1 year after him, I was born. And it was about 1 year after his attack and his disappearance that I was almost disappeared by said same man that I saw on the television that day in the shelter, going through similar attacks of being a targeted victim of these said crimes I'm here about to bring about today. So I find it very important to me because I really wanted to talk to Jacob Wetterling all of my life. I had followed as much as I possibly could to his story or anything else that I could find about his story because of how closely it was to mine. I really wanted to talk to him because I know that he had a story of his own, and I would have loved to have been able to talk to him. So for over 2 decades, I've been a victim of targeted chemicals, poisoning, and abuse orchestrated to break me down and silence my voice, silence my choice, to even bring about these crimes that have stripped me of my health, my peace, my once found stamina just not very long ago, to be able to fight these things. And it was really made aware to me that it was a problem, that I was a problem for somebody close to me. I can no longer ignore the tolls that these have taken and the attacks that they have taken on my body, my spirit, my mind, my health in every single way. So I stand today before you asking for justice to be served, to be moved inside of the power of the Holy Ghost. The physical devastation I've endured includes being unable to walk at times, crawling home, unable to think and reason for myself, to be suffering from such severe heart palpitations, and living in constant fear of what's to come next. There is no question to me that these attacks against me have been and are deliberate. It is their aim to clear me of their own sinister plan, so they punish me for ever daring to expose the truth, and that I started these exposures of them skillful ways of punishing me have just reached their final decree as far as the evil is concerning me in my life. I'm not about to mince words with anybody on the matter. I'm not confused about the facts, and I do not need anyone's validation to tell my own story. These are crimes that have been taken against me, plain and simple, and I will continue to fight for the truth to come to light in my life because I have been a targeted individual behind these said attacks that has made its mission to ensure that I am silenced, ensure that I am silenced in a way that nobody is ever to know a thing about. And that, my friend, has been my life, taken piece by piece through fear of retaliation and manipulation. His confidence is in my suffering, and in these last of days, those confidences were felt. His belief that I wouldn't be able to survive, to be able to tell my truth and never be heard, was the very reason I'm here standing today. That through these prayers and ministries that I've been taking up the umbrage to write on about, I believe 100% he is guilty, and that's the only way I would ever come out here and say that kind of thing. There's no way I would be undeniably, undetestably devastated in that way, in a way where I would or not devastated in a way, I should say, to where I would bring about a story like this without being 100% sure that this is the case in my life. I'm not here to seek, or I am here not just to seek justice, but to also make things clear that I'm moving forward on a mission and on a movement for change I've been writing on for a long time, and I'm not going to let someone want to systemically ruin me to just be an article or be forced to be an article out of reactive abuse. So I've been working on these courses and these classes that I've been writing up for years. Attacks that have not only tried to take my life, but have forced me to otherwise turn to others for support. But others have led me to be alone in it. I'm out here asking for donations because of not only some kind of abstract challenge that I'm making up, but because I have been physically drained, financially drained by these said crimes, and in my health as well. These are crimes that have been evading accountability for years now, and more than ever, I need help to continue to fight them more than ever. So your donations aren't just random acts of kindness. Those donations are something that can protect me to help me continue to live. I never knew that that's what I started them to do. I started them to just grow the financial support I needed to hopefully work on getting time to not only work on the said business, but get the business put together to start creating some income. Because I know that with what I have, that it would be life changing for so many people. So I don't want anyone to underestimate things that I'm trying to come out here and do. I want people to see that I'm like a 3 to 4% what I believe my power could actually be online. So I'm not going to let anyone silence me and tell me that I'm not good enough or that I can't take it to the levels of being a YouTuber or whatever. I just want you to understand that these attacks, they're not random. They're targeted, aimed at silencing me, aimed at forcing me to say goodbye to the energies and staminas that I once had, aimed at misaligning me in my fight, and they do. They have, and many times covertly done that very thing, leaving me fighting for my life, and no one's taken it from me that I'm telling the truth. They stand idly by as if I'm just a schizophrenic or that I need some kind of psych evaluation done. And though that might be the case after said crimes are dealt with, that, I have, said mental problems or whatever, I think the only thing that's standing in the way of my clear purpose is my ability to go and rollerblade, my ability to drum, my ability to do the things that make me who I am, not be in this way, not be fighting in this way, not be speaking out in this way, not be writing in this way, and not be even writing up these courses that I have been taking to try and create in the ways that I have. So I'm standing here clear with the purpose, unwavering in my spirit, that the belief is that justice must be done in the power and the name of the Holy Ghost to move. And know that these are not just allegations, but these are facts. And my life has been manipulated. My life has been controlled. My life has been under attack in ways that no human being should ever have had to endure. Because back in the 1900s, we didn't have said criminals working behind the scenes of our computers, our data, being able to undermine us, hack us, hijack us, push us here, pull us there, drug us here, drug us there, cause us just insurmountable damages. No person should be able to be in that place, and I in times felt I was going to die, and so I prayed that the Lord come in, be able to stand within, because how was I supposed to stand up in the mornings? How was I supposed to move on? and that just the emotional pain alone of what I have gone through. So today I'm asking for your support, emotionally for legal reasons, financially for legal reasons, so that I can continue to fight back against these crimes. They're made to destroy me. They're made to ensure that I can no longer carry out the mission and the movement that I'm working on. And look, a person that's got you hacked and pinned in that kind of way is going to be moving in that absolution. And you do feel that at one point. You do feel it, and you refuse to allow it, at least in prayer, and at least with all of your effing grit that you can take into your life. You refuse to allow these injustices to continue to go unchecked. So I'm asking for law enforcement to step up and take action at once and bring those responsible for this to justice, and protect those of us who have been victimized, targeted, with a plea in their lives, that people see these things out for what they actually are, not just come and move goalposts around for a little bit and then be like, oh, he said this one time, oh, he said this one time. No, you look at the full story, or you don't look at it at all. And how is a person supposed to come out with the full story of 23 years in the first place? It's not just a plea for validation and validating my story. I know my truth. This is a demand for justice. It's time for these crimes to be exposed, and it's a time for me to be able to regain control over my life in the ways that I saw fit for my life from the jump, before the hacks, before the hijacks, before the maneuvering and the manipulations and the very covert war-made shit over my life, excuse my French. I'm fighting for justice, fighting for myself, and I'm fighting for the mission that I've dedicated my life to since I had to deal with this shit in the first place. Again, thank you. Thank you for being here, and again, sorry about my French. It's just been really hard dealing with these things. I'm working on that too. But the key challenges that we can change here is establishing personal connections, directly empowering yourself to your own speech, your own personal life, explicitly stating your need for due support and wherever you have long-standing nature of these said attacks. Number 2 is you can be introduced to direct appealing donations for other people who actually, money is no thing, who actually want to help you fight and battle these crimes. So it can put you in a position of being able to be recognized, regardless of whether or not it gets recognition or not. Thirdly, it can establish some accountability. It emphasizes that these crimes are meant to silence you for trying to expose them and bring out the truth. And so it's to establish in you that fighting grit, despite the toll that they've taken upon your life, to get up, to fight. No more laying down. You get up and you fight. It doesn't matter if you're holding your left arm in your hand. It doesn't matter. You fucking hold your left arm in your hand and you fight. There's no need for validation because it's clear. You have your own story. You have your own undeniable facts. And you have your own experiences. And you don't need anyone else to tell you what your reality is based on what you're experiencing. You have every right to validate your own experience, use your own ways to escape whatever injustice and whatever wrong that you are experiencing in your life. So hopefully this resonates well with you guys, and just let me know if you have any other thoughts of ways that I can attack this in my appeal. Thank you for being here. It means a lot to me to collect your support. As easily as I can come out in this way, it's not very easy, but to be a victim of these kind of crimes, chemical attacks, poison attacks, severe abuse, that has devastated my health and my well-being for over 2 decades. These crimes are not just random acts of violence against me, they are deliberate, calculated efforts to silence me and to punish me for ever trying to expose the truth, or to even reach the truth for that matter. I've been poisoned, manipulated, and physically incapacitated at times, and the toll that it's taken upon my life has been catastrophic. For these deliberate attacks to be coming from a said friend is just beyond reckoning. My ability to walk, think correctly, clearly, and even my heart's natural rhythm has been disrupted by these assaults, these chemical attacks and poisons. So these are not just allegations. These are very hardcore crimes that I believe have been taken in my life 100%. And I have proof to the point of like what was recently discovered in my life. It's a fucking monster. So law enforcement definitely has the obligation to investigate these abuses thoroughly and take immediate action. I'm asking for real help in the real world, where this goes beyond words of sympathy. I'm asking for justice. I'm asking for help. I'm asking for a financial breakthrough in this because of the ways that I've been pushed. It's the fact that a person cannot go to work for themselves, who are dealing with extenuating circumstances that are criminal, that are serious matters, and the individual responsible has acted with impunity for far too long and was being notably noted in the latest of days, even though I was really having a hard time rationing it all or rationalizing through my thoughts because of where people I was fighting would normally go to, obviously, for obvious reasons. But that was not me. Those places were not me. I was not going to be called up into a person that was not me. So I've been writing on a mission for change about things. Have to deal with these kinds of exposures coming into a system that allows people to come into a system that if they are victimized without consequence, that they have a place where they can become emotional about it. They can become noted about wherever they feel that their attacks are coming from, because sometimes it doesn't have to make sense, and sometimes maybe it won't for a long time. Sometimes I think people have to be able just to be allowed to explode and be allowed to be misunderstood for a very long time before they're ever going to be able to get out to the truth, because they're fighting through their actual brain chemistry that is sometimes made upon them, and it's a physical assault that you are hearing coming out. It's emotional, and it's a financial toll that has left me personally struggling. And so I'm calling for support to continue my mission, to continue this movement and fight for justice. I will not stop fighting to expose these kinds of crimes, so I need your help to do so. If this can happen to me, it can happen to others out here, and I'm trying to stop these things urgently in an actful manner that takes on places of working hands-on with law enforcement agencies. Lives are at stake, including mine, and justice must be served, where people are being eradicated in this manner. And so I'm not asking for validation. I'm asking you to validate your own selves in demanding accountability for the crimes that are being taken against people like me. Help me expose this and help me regain access to being able to thrive in my own life for myself and my own reasons. Do you feel me? So it really matters that you're here. Again, your earthen support really means a lot to me. Content removed. Content removed. Content removed. You just don't get it and pursue
feel like the weight of the world's on your shoulders. No one ever sees the truth and the proof. This is for the ones who are living it, not just dreaming it, but living it too. Real life stakes, real life battles, getting tossed in that to and fro. They don't get it, and they never had to face that kind of shit. Demons on the lurking in that kind of matrix. Life on the line, every single time. Each step you take, dodging bullets like rounds and traps that wanna steal up your fate and get folded till your whole life collapsed. My prayers, them skies and the weight still heavy. Enemies disguised, plotting like chess pieces, staying steady. Real stakes on their own prize, in the disguise of a whole friendship can't hold frame. It's not just in my head, man, it's everywhere. You ain't lived what I've lived till you've seen the venom in the air, trying to erase me. System out here tripping, chemical warfare, heart skipping beats, mind slipping steadily, but the Lord got me. He got my body guard inside, and they're trying to steal up my whole mind and heartbeat. I let them be my guide. It's deeper than what they see inside of their own hearts, chests, capped set appeals beyond what they can believe. Shit real. People laughing at my pain as I'm crawling. Get home, bang. Think I ain't naive. I ain't naive. They know that I'm in a war zone, but they standing, sitting pretty, been fighting for that kind of free salvation. They ain't get so cheaply. They just don't get it, man. They can't see the fight.